Barcelona might have just lost their biggest transfer target of the summer. And somehow, that might not be the worst thing that could have happened. Because with Julián Álvarez looking increasingly unlikely to leave Atletico Madrid, Barcelona are now running out of time. The transfer window closes on September 1st. With both Lewandowski and Ferran Torres leaving the club. Barca's only left with the Egyptian prodigy Hamza Abdelkarim as their only natural number 9. The 18-year-old Egyptian striker has scored 4 goals in preseason, including a brace on his preseason debut, a goal against Basel, and then another goal against Al Ahly in the Joan Gamper Trophy. Hamza isn't a deep-lying forward like Julián Álvarez, he's a natural number 9. One of his biggest strengths is his positioning. He consistently finds himself in dangerous areas when crosses are delivered and makes sure he's available for the passer. Along with his aerial presence, he also possesses that classic striker's instinct and first touch inside the box, allowing him to bring the ball under control quickly and finish his chances with composure. Or the Hansi Flick system. Hamza performs relentless pressing, links up with his teammates, and is looking increasingly comfortable operating in Barcelona's attacking structure. Deco recently said in an interview that replacing Ferran would be relatively easy, but replacing someone like Lewandowski would be a completely different challenge. He also made it clear that Barcelona are still expected to remain active in the transfer market, with a few more signings likely before. We all know Barcelona will sign a striker, as the goal of the season is clear, to compete in the Champions League and give Flick all the resources to win it. So, today we will discuss all possible striker options for Barcelona. Number 1. Lautaro Martinez. This is probably the most interesting name to emerge after the Julián Álvarez situation started collapsing. The Inter Milan captain have been heavily linked with Barcelona in the recent days. Lautaro isn't simply an alternative, he's a natural center forward. But unlike a traditional target man, he's extremely involved in the build-up. He can drop between the lines, combine with midfielders, link with the wingers, and then arrive inside the box to finish. Lautaro has been admired by Barcelona for years, and reports earlier this summer claimed that Hansi Flick was particularly keen on him as an alternative if the club couldn't sign Álvarez. And after the latest Álvarez setback, those links suddenly became much stronger. On paper, he might actually be one of the safest replacements for Lewandowski available. He's 28, he's proven himself at the highest level, he's been Inter's captain, and he's a prolific goal scorer. But there is one massive problem. Inter don't want to sell him. Lautaro is contracted until 2029, and Inter consider him one of the pillars of their team. The fact that barely a week is remaining for the transfer window, the operation looks very difficult. Inter Milan have Marcus Thuram if Lautaro leaves, but it is very difficult to find a replacement for a player of Lautaro's quality. Recent reports claims that Inter asked for bids above $100 million, but I believe this deal is not happening. Coolers. Next we move to Luis Suarez, the Sporting striker. He's young, mobile, and has shown excellent numbers in Portugal and before joining Sporting. Deco admires the player to be capable of providing numbers in the goal, but the reported $80 million price tag is simply ridiculous for Barcelona. What improves the chances of this deal happening is because recent reports claim that Deco has been spotted at Portugal. If Barca can get the price to a reported 50 to 60 million, which is very unlikely, then we can see this deal happening. Otherwise, I believe us coolers would still be happy. Reports also suggest that Deco's Lisbon visit has nothing to do with Luis Suarez or González Pavlidis, and most likely this deal is completely ruled out, so let's move to the next option. Next up is Georgios Mikautadze. Mikautadze is one of those transfers that makes sense when you look at the statistics, with 13 goals and 6 assists in 32 La Liga appearances. A player can have excellent statistics and still struggle to translate that into Barcelona-level football. And if he doesn't work out, Barcelona could be stuck with another contract occupying salary space. Nicolo Tresoldi is the next option. Tresoldi himself is a realistic alternative, but the reason I'd hesitate is because Barcelona already have Hamza. His biggest strengths are his positioning, striker's touch, and finishing, and he's just had a preseason where he scored 4 goals and established himself as one of the biggest surprises of Flick's preparations. So Barcelona have to ask, do they really need 2 young developmental number 9s? Or should they pair Hamza with an experienced striker? That question could ultimately determine which transfer Barcelona make. Next up, Victor Gyokeres. Reports claim that gyokeres have been offered to Barca multiple times, but Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta denied the rumor, stating that Gyokeres is staying. Besides, his recent arrival to Arsenal and their lack of depth in the striker position makes this deal near to impossible. Lastly, the most likely name, Sergio Guirassy. The Borussia Dortmund striker has been linked to Barcelona since the beginning of 2025-26 season. Recent performances wiped out the rumors, but the interest is reignited. Borussia Dortmund have shown interest in Hector Fort, whose future is unsettled at Barcelona. During the negotiations, Barcelona raised Guirassy's name. The 30 million release clause is alluring, and being a proven and experienced striker, Guirassy could be the perfect player for Barcelona. Recent reports also suggest that Barcelona have entered the race for Folarin Balogun, the Monaco striker. along with Villa and Spurs, who were earlier leading the race to sign Balogun. Reports suggest that Spurs were open for a $60 million deal, but now the scenario might change. The 25-year-old striker scored 19 goals in 43 appearances across all competitions and was excellent for USA in the World Cup. Although the $60 million plus price tag might look a lot for the player, but definitely one to watch. Reports suggest that if Barcelona goes for a low-cost striker option, they will intensify their pursuit for World Cup winning defender Aymeric Laporte to boost their defense. If I have to make a prediction, I believe Guirassy will have a "here we go" to Barcelona in the upcoming weeks. That's all from our side, Colors. Which striker do you think Barca will eventually sign? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more Barca content, and I'll see you in the next one.